Welcome to Grounds of Freedom. Can I get you some coffee?
Morning, Abe. I'll have my usual coffee with a shot of espresso.
Didn't you see the sign? We only serve actual coffee now. Just trying to simplify the options a bit. Would you like regular or decaf?
Definitely not decaf. What happened?
I'm sick of everyone wanting their own unique drink. Coconut mocha frappuccino with caramel cream or whatever. Whatever happened to real coffee?
Not a fan of this new idea, Abe. Not a fan. I like my espresso. But give me what you got back there.
Okay, one large house coffee coming up. That will be $2. At least it's a bit cheaper that way, and probably healthier too.
I don't care. Keep this up and I might be headed to Starbucks pretty soon, Abe.
Hey, look who it is. We were just talking about you. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again too, Junior. You were talking about me?
Yeah, this is Robbie, another friend of mine from school. And Aaron told him about our conversation last week. Robbie, this is the guy we were talking about. Nice to meet you, sir. You sure got Aaron fired up about freedom and such. That is all he has been talking about.
Ah, yes. Freedom and free will, and the consequences of having them.
Yeah, and I was thinking about what you said last week, and I had a question.
Well, I might have an answer, but no guarantees.
Remember how you were saying that when we are free, our lives and situations are our own responsibility? Wouldn't it be easier not to be free, to have things taken care of for us?
Easier, possibly. Fulfilling, not so much. The opportunity to excel or better yourself requires freedom.
But true freedom seems very harsh and unmerciful. That doesn't seem very Christian. Is freedom really a morally defensible value?
I think we can find strong evidence in the Bible that God values freedom to a great degree. Free will is the prerequisite for freedom, and God gave mankind free will at great cost.
At great cost?
Yes, at the cost of death. Sin introduced death to creation, and God knew that the potential of sin was the risk of granting humans free will.
And he gave it to us anyway, even knowing the risk?
Arguably not just the risk, but the actual outcome if we are to assume that he can see the future.
Well, that sounds nice and all, but those of us who don't believe in God aren't going to be convinced about how valuable freedom is by some ancient myth about God creating the world.
Well, our country was founded on Christian ideals, so when discussing values, that seems like a relevant starting point.
Our country wasn't founded as a Christian nation. Many of the founding fathers wouldn't even fit the current definition of Christian.
At the very least, many people came to America looking for freedom from religious persecution and political oppression in Europe, and the nation was founded on biblical ideas and principles. But for the sake of argument, let's just assume that you are right, and that the U.S. was founded as a secular country by a bunch of atheists.
I didn't say they were all atheists, but they wanted a secular country.
I don't necessarily agree with that statement, but assuming it was true, we would still have a strong secular case for freedom being more valuable than life.
How's that?
By declaring independence from Great Britain, they essentially started an armed rebellion.
Okay, yes.
It was a war that thousands of people died in, and they knew that that was the likely outcome when they signed the Declaration of Independence. They expected it likely that they themselves would die as traitors if they didn't win the war.
We must indeed all hang together, or most assuredly we shall all hang separately.
That quote is generally attributed to Benjamin Franklin during the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Yes, but what does that prove?
They knowingly risked their own lives and the deaths of thousands of their countrymen for what? Freedom, and nothing else. So America was founded on the idea that freedom is more important than life itself.
Well, even if they did value freedom that much, that doesn't explain why freedom is so important.
Well, as Ronald Reagan explained it,
you and I have the ability and the dignity and the right to make our own decisions and determine our own destiny.
So it's all about destiny?
no, it is about self-determination, determining our own destiny, instead of having it forced on us. It is about making our lives the results of our own decisions and effort, not just the unavoidable trajectory of our birth, like the caste system in India or nobility in England.
Why is that better?
Freedom incentivizes productive behavior, and a society of productive individuals will thrive.
Well, speaking of productive citizens, I should probably get going. School starts soon.
That's probably a wise decision, especially when freely chosen of your own accord. Keep exercising your freedom wisely.
Would you like me to get these out of your way?
Oh, hi there, Dolores. I didn't know you were in this morning. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, the baby has been sick, so I couldn't leave her with my sister last week. It's been tough recently.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she's feeling better.
We seem to be through the worst of it, so it's back to work for me.
Okay, well, have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Fred. You too.